Hiking in Zermatt is an amazing experience with beautiful views of the Matterhorn. There are different hiking trails, and in this video I will tell you about two of them. In my last video I told you about hiking down to Zermatt, but I didn't tell you how. So now I'm going to tell you how. Even though these hiking trails have great views, later on in this video I'm going to tell you a story about why you should always be prepared while hiking and what you have to keep in mind while taking these routes. Hello travelers and welcome to my channel. My name is Gwen and I make videos about traveling and specifically traveling by train. In this video I'm going to tell you about two hiking trails in Zermatt. Specifically about the Zermatt Sunnegga hiking trail. This video is kind of a sequel to my last video. In my last video I told you about a cheaper alternative for the Gornegradbaan and I also told you about hiking back to Zermatt. You were probably thinking, okay, nice, so how? And which route? I didn't tell you exactly what I meant by hiking down to Zermatt, so in this video I want to get deeper into it. When I was in Switzerland in January last year, I hiked down to Zermatt via this route. Almost 2 weeks ago I was in Zermatt again and I took this route. This route took longer, but the starting point is the same as the first route. Now I will tell you how to get there. First you want to take the lift up to Sunnegga like I said in my last video. Up there you can see the Matterhorn. Then you take a Wally lift down. It is a lift for kids to the skiing area with ski instructors. In winter it can be difficult to find the beginning of the hike because of the snow and the ski slopes. It is important for these two hikes to follow the pink poles. I don't know if they have those pink poles in summer, but they do have them in winter. These poles mark the path. Sometimes it is difficult to find the poles because they are far apart, so keep that in mind. Also in winter you sometimes have to cross the ski slopes. Luckily it is fairly easy to cross those sections, but be careful. Never cross if it isn't safe for you to do so. While hiking you have beautiful views and you can even see the ski lifts above. From time to time you see arrows with Zermatt on it and how many minutes it is from there. These time estimates are not always accurate, especially in winter. My hike took 4 hours instead of 2 hours and 45 minutes with breaks. Because you have to walk slowly when it's slippery. After a while you get to a point where one route splits into two routes. The shorter one and the longer one. I've hiked down both of them. The shorter route immediately goes down and the longer route goes up for a bit, so you can admire the view from above. I actually hiked down the longer route almost 2 weeks ago and it inspired me to make this video. Now comes the story. While I was at this point on the route, I accidentally walked past the path I was supposed to take, to a path that led to a very steep ski slope. I was really confused at that point because there was no way that I would be able to cross that ski slope. It was just so steep, too steep to walk on even. So I started to panic a bit because I couldn't cross it and I would have had to walk all the way back to where the two routes met, and that would have been a 2-hour hike back and then take the shorter route again, which was another hour. It was already 4:30, so it would get dark soon. It was a little scary for a moment there. Luckily I had Google Maps and I was already monitoring my route for the whole hike. So I saw that there was another path I was supposed to take. I got the right path and got down safely. That shock for a second made me realize how well you have to be prepared to hike in the mountains, even though a lot of people think it is easy to hike. People don't see hiking as dangerous, and I also don't see it that way. But when you think about what could happen if you get lost on a mountain, it can feel scary. I luckily had the right shoes and I was with someone else, so that helps. I literally saw other people hike all alone and just walking on the slopes and doing risky things. I think that people sometimes overestimate their abilities. Looking back, I realized that I should have made a better estimate for how long the hike would take. So, moral of the story, always be prepared. Before you take this hiking trail or any hiking trail, you want to make sure if the route is a good fit for you by looking up the route on, in this case, the Zermatt website, and finding out if it is even open and if this difficulty is fitting for you. Please evaluate your own abilities, look up the route beforehand, look up the weather conditions, and make sure you have the right gear and enough food and water. Also, never get off track. And always follow your intuition. Before taking the wrong path, the person I was with and I felt that something was weird. I even told her that it felt counterintuitive. She agreed with me, and we were right. So, just count on your intuition. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay, I'm going to end this video on a happier note. I'm not trying to scare you or discourage you to take this hike or any hike in the mountains. But after my experience, I thought it was an important topic to discuss because I sometimes recommend hiking trails in my videos and I will do so in the future. Hiking is great and very good for you, so keep doing it, but just keep these things in mind. I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any further questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Up next, you can watch part 1 of this video if you haven't seen it yet, about a cheaper alternative to the Koornegradbaan. This video is on the left, or you can watch more videos about train travel in Switzerland by clicking on the playlist on the right. Have a great trip!